I don't know. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Good to have you here for another week of the Sunday video update. My name is Jared Fuller. Today's date is Sunday, March 9th, 2025. I hope you remembered to set your clocks ahead 1 hour, as everybody had to set their clocks ahead an hour. Of course, like on the cell phones, computers, the time sets automatically. So if you have microwaves or digital clocks, I hope you remembered to manually set your time ahead by an hour. Joining me off camera this week is my dad. I almost forgot what I was saying there for a minute. Amy, she's out in the kitchen, and we don't have anybody in chat. Toenail's not in chat this week. Bummer. I could have used some of his humor. Um, he might be he might be back next week though. It's not a problem. So this has already been an interesting day, to say the very least. And I guess I can adjust that. There's a couple things. So yesterday, I'll start with this one. Yesterday, I had to go to Owasso. I went to Walmart, and because I wanted to buy some bulk envelopes, because I do a lot of writing. I send letters to the cancer warriors, as everybody knows. I was running short on envelopes, and I wanted to get a big bulk box of envelopes. Well, I'm in the stationery aisle, and there were a couple of young teenage girls. They were looking at me and laughing and just, being really obnoxious and out of sorts. And so what I did, they were laughing at me as they walked away. So what I did was I went like that. And maybe perhaps I shouldn't have handled it that way, but that's the course of action that I decided to take. And so then they circled back around to the other side of the aisle just to look at me and scoff and laugh again. And I went once again. And it's like, okay, I give what I'm given. Bottom line, if you're going to laugh and be obnoxious, I'm going to give it right back to you. I treat everybody, fairly and with courteousness, and I'm kind to everybody. That's my default position with everybody. I treat everybody. Hey. I treat everyone with respect and kindness until I'm given a reason not to. That is my default position. And I've spent many years being bullied and harassed and just by people who have nothing better to do without actually defending myself. That ship has sailed. Now, I'm not necessarily going to blame the parents, because parents can teach their children not to be little shitbags, but kids are going to be kids regardless. And they're going to do things behind their parents' back, whether or not the parents raise them or try to raise them properly. Kids are going to do what they're going to do. But these were teenagers, and I'm not going to stand for disrespect. You want to laugh at me? I'll laugh back. You want to be nice? I'll be nice to you. I'm always nice to everybody, and I will approach people with kindness and respect and courtesy. But the very minute you give me a reason not to, you're going to get back exactly what you give to me. And I made a post on Facebook yesterday, which now it's been deleted, because someone, as much as I love this person and I cherish them, and we've been friends for a very long time, about 12 years. They decided to come on my Facebook post and try to gaslight me into thinking that I was wrong for reacting to the situation in the way I did. And so I just deleted the post. I said, fuck it. I'm just going to take the post down. It's not a big deal. It was just a talking point of my day. I didn't get worked up about it. In fact, I'm over it. I've moved on. It's not something I'm going to, it's not like a scab I'm going to keep picking at. What's done is done. It's over with. I'm going to go back to Walmart. I'm probably never going to see these people again. I'm not going to care. I'm going to keep going back to Walmart, keep doing my shopping or whatever it is I have to do. And I'll probably talk about the next encounter, whether it be pleasant or unpleasant. And I'm going to share it on Facebook, as I always do. I try to remain transparent with the good and bad interactions that I have with people, but I use my interactions with people as talking points on Facebook. I wasn't worked up or upset about it, but it's like, I'm not going to tolerate being disrespected, even if it is by a kid. No, I'm going to give back what I'm given, period. That's it. Um, and one of my friends tried to gaslight me saying, well, you don't even know if it was about you. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do know they were laughing at me because they were fucking looking at me, laughing and whispering to each other while looking at me from the side. And then to come around the other side and do it all over again. Oh yeah, they were laughing at me. I'm not stupid. I've developed this radar of bullshit, and it detects bullshit very instantly and very easily, and I don't tolerate bullshit anymore. I just don't. So that's all I wanted to say about that. That ship has sailed. Even if they are kids, again, I'm not blaming the parents because, like I said, the parents could bend over backwards to raise their children properly, and kids are still going to be kids regardless of what the parents teach. But I'm going to give back what I'm given, and that should be a lesson for those kids. Now I could have handled the situation better, perhaps, and I admitted to that too. Of course, absolutely, I could have just walked away and forgotten about it. But I'm not going to stand for disrespect anymore. I don't tolerate bullshit. And the reason for that is because if you tolerate people, if you're letting people disrespect you and treat you like shit, you're showing people what you are willing to tolerate. And I am not going to tolerate being disrespected. I don't care if it's from a kid or whoever, whether it be boy or girl, it doesn't matter. I've laughed at boys who wanted to laugh at me. I'll laugh right back. Fuck you, That's just the kind of person I am. I give what I'm given. It's not a hard concept to understand. So that's number one issue that I wanted to put out there today. The second issue, which is it's got me laughing actually. So someone on my other channel was saying, I'm not going to name the channel, but they were, well, I'm going to unsubscribe because you like to give your address to little kids for them to come to your house, which I thought was absolutely the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking read in my life, considering that there are no children that come here, for one. And for two, I don't give my address for kids to come to my house. So this is what's up. I'll tell you what's going on. I write letters to children, cancer warriors, because they receive letters from someone as myself who is a cancer survivor, which I also received some new information, which I'll also get to later. But when I write letters to the cancer warriors, yes, I put my return address on the envelope so they know who the fuck it's coming from. And hold on, and if they want to write me back, they know where to send it. Yes, they have my address. Oh my God, what a shocker. They have my physical address. Wow. And furthermore, yes, I have nieces and nephews who know that they are always more than welcome to come here any fucking time they want. I have cousins with small children who are always welcome here any fucking time they want. Whether I invite them or not, if they happen to stop in one day, cool, come on in. Let's bullshit. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's talk. Absolutely. I have nothing against that. But this person, whoever the fuck this person is, went and told one of my subscribers, well, Jared is a PEDO and he likes to invite kids to his house. You have to be foolish enough to believe gossip, and you're just as foolish as the person who started this shit in the first place. What goes through a person's mind to come up with shit like this? No one ever questions the person who's coming up with this shit. This is why I always say, if you're going to make a claim about somebody, have evidence for the claim you're making to back it up, so that way we can determine as to whether or not something is true. And Yeah, good point. How do I know that this person who's coming up with this lie, how do I know they're not the ones inviting children to their house? I don't I don't just it's not like people are coming in here in my house by the droves. It's mostly just dad, Amy, and myself most of the time.
I have friends that come over with kids.
We have lots of friends with kids.
And they love coming over here.
They love coming over here. My niece and nephew, who I don't see a whole lot these days because they live somewhere else. They live where they live, and no, my nieces and nephews, not my cousins. My nieces and nephews, I know where they're at, but I'm not going to say for their safety. I know where they live, but they don't always come out here because they're busy. They're they're busy because it's they're back in school and they've got other things going on. Well, they're little. I'm talking about your grandkids. They're not no. Anyway, they are small children. I haven't talked to my niece in quite a while because she's busy managing, taking care of her small children. She knows that she's welcome here anytime she wants, and she can bring the kids anytime she wants. But this fool on my other channel came up with this bullshit, whatever, about, oh, Jared gives little kids his mailing address so they can come and see him, which is such garbage. That never happens. When I write to Cancer Warriors, yes, I put my return address on the envelope so they know where to send it if they want to send a letter back or if they want to send a gift, which they feel compelled. I don't expect it, but they feel inclined and compelled to do so. And I'm not going to stop them from doing that if that's what they choose to do. But I also include my physical mailing address so that way they know where the fuck it's coming from. Wouldn't it be more creepier if I didn't include my return address? Duh. There's a reason for that. Wire your head and your ass together and then try to do better next time. And for the person who was convinced of that rumor, I don't want to insult you. You were one of my loyal subscribers on my other channel. I shouted you out. I recorded a birthday shout out for you, but you want to believe gossip. Bye. And as far as you acting all shocked about you're a middle-aged man, as if you can't see my face in my fucking videos, do I look 15 to you? Hello? I've even said it in my community posts on that channel. I'm telling you, it's like people know which buttons to push. But, the week wasn't a total waste. I had a good week. I was actually in Saginaw on, was it Friday? I think it was Friday. Yes, Friday, because you guys were gone. Because you were in Saginaw. I decided to treat myself to Golden Corral out on Bay Road. And I thought maybe I would have saw Dad and Amy out there, but they went to Hope in Layton Corners, which is also fine. I love Hope. Dad, I can't eat liver and onions, but Dad loves liver and onions. Yeah, for sure. But I just wanted to put those issues out there just to set the record straight. And for people who are wondering, I'm going to do a live stream on that other channel this coming Saturday at 3:00. Just to kind of set the record straight with people who follow my channel. And I think it's bizarre to me that anybody would take time out of their day when they have better things to. It's like they're jealous of me. It's like they're obsessed with me. I don't want people to be jealous of me. What do you have to be jealous of? I'm just a regular everyday motherfucker. I'm out there living my life. My bills are paid. I like to treat myself to nice things once in a while. Yes, I put on a little bit of weight because I like food. Um, what's the secret? There is none. Which, by the way, I didn't take my medicine today. I haven't taken it yet. Um, I'll take it when I'm done with this. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. My subscriber number did go up. The chat log is open. You have to be subscribed for at least a week before you can actually interact with me. Don't be one of these fools who waits a week to say something stupid in my chat. Because how fucking stupid would you be to wait a week
This is where they get to know you.
just to be stupid in my chat? There's a reason you have to wait for a week. And
They get you.
you know, and it gives you, the viewer, opportunity to know who I am. I'm a no bullshit kind of guy. I'm a no nonsense kind of guy. I don't like I don't tolerate bullying. I don't tolerate being gaslit, being told that I'm wrong for reacting in a way that was otherwise warranted as a result of other people's behavior. And I sure as shit don't like to be lied about. When people want to say that I'm giving children my physical address. And by the way, on my other channel, yeah, I had a P.O. box at one time. But guess what? I don't live at the fucking post office. I live here. Duh. That's the post office is not my fucking physical address.
Let your uncle fit in there.
um what world do I live in where people I get choked up. What kind of a world do I live in where people think that I would do something so heinous and do it openly where the world can see it?
There's enough weirdos out there to do shit.
I mean, this troll, whoever it was, Cat Fart or whatever he calls himself, it's a fucking stupid name, childish. Well, we're gonna report your channel to the police. They would like to know what a PEDO you are. Yes, show the police my YouTube channel where I'm doing nothing wrong because that's supposed to scare me. I don't know if it's supposed to scare me. It doesn't. When I read the comment, I just rolled my eyes like, oh, geez, another idiot who thinks that reporting my YouTube channel to the police station is going to make any bit of a difference. You can do that. You can waste your time with that. I mean, if it keeps you constructive with your life, with your no account life, then go ahead. Do that. But I'm living my life out here and I'm not breaking any rules. I'm not breaking any laws. And, you know, life isn't really all that bad. And what the hell are you barking about over there, sir?
But I'll stop. If I
Barky,
all the
gotta
way-
go out?
No, he don't want to go out. He just wants a fat lip.
I'm amused by the excuse me. I'm amused by the amount of ignorance I deal with. But anyway, I have a link to the Fox Sunday Flashback with Dan Richards. He's going to be on tonight at 7 o'clock, and I will be listening. Make sure you click on the link in the chat. It'll take you right to the radio station, and then you just, it'll take you right to the player where you can listen as he comes on the air and he plays music and he takes requests. So it's 54 degrees outside right now.
A little windy, but it's still
I mean, that's really good.
it's decent out there. A little windy, but
Yeah, I just like to know, what is your problem? Hey,
You don't know.
Barky, what's going on over there? He just wants to talk. He's an old dog, but he's a good dog.
You like to talk into
Mm.
you quit. Come on. Go to Ma. Go to Ma.
Go see what mom's doing.
Come on.
Mm.
Let's go.
Good Swiss roll. 1 minute, guys. I'm sorry. I don't like eating when I'm doing my Sunday video, but okay. But yeah. That's the nonsense that I've been dealing with today. And I actually did talk to the person who was trying to gaslight me, or they made it sound like it was gaslighting me. We did have a conversation in Messenger, so we were able to clear some things up, and we're on the same page. We're not fighting. We're not acting out in aggression towards each other. But I'm going to read the post. Actually, no, I'm not going to read the post. But just know that we got the situation cleared up. Everything's good. We are on the same page. I think, because she told me, she says, "Well, I thought maybe my thoughts would help raise some concerns," and they do. If there's something I've overlooked and you have a different perspective on how I could have handled things, please share. I would be more than happy to know what those other options would have been, but I acted in the moment. Although you're a Monday morning quarterback, the situation's done and over with. I've moved on from it, but and it's not always the parents' fault. I hear this all the time. Well, the parents need to be better parents, and they need to. Well, it's being rather judgy to say that it's the parents. The parents do their best to raise their children properly, but when their back is turned, what do? Kids are going to act out irrespective of what their parents taught them. They're going to act out to try to fit in with other people, their peers. That's why, instead of, because it could have been worse, I could have approached them and said some horrible things to them, but that's not in my nature. I couldn't have done that even if I wanted to. So instead, I just laughed. They laughed at me, I laughed back. I give when I'm given. Again, the parents, well, see, the mother's back was turned when this was going on. So she was totally unaware. I'm surprised she didn't hear my obnoxious laughter in the store. As immature as I acted, it was a reflection of how they were acting towards me. And again, as I pointed out now for the third time, it's not always the parents.
What they would do if there was a person, like handicapped person, that actually.
Well, then that's
not right.
No, I'm not saying it's right.
Kids ought to have something done to them.
I'm not saying it's right, Dad. What I'm saying is that, I mean, you know this.
Yeah.
You raised 3 boys. You raised me to always be nice and to help people whenever they need it. Anything I do that is not what you raised me to be is my fault. That's not on you. That's on me. And that's what I do. But my default position is that I'm always nice to everybody. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I give everybody a fair chance. If I say hello and they don't say anything back, then fuck them. Then I just won't talk to them no more. But if they walk up to me and shake my hand or want to shake my hand, say, how you doing? I'll be a gentleman and I'll shake your hand. There are people, like when we were at your financial institution the other day, last week, I was holding doors open for people.
And then people were like, thank you.
Yeah, like, oh, well, that's very nice of you, and the guy says, well, one good deed returns the other,
And I paid,
So,
I paid over St. Charles.
yeah. Yeah, over in St. Charles, you paid for something. Does she know about us going? Well, now she does. Now she knows. Dad and I went to Tony's in St. Charles for a breakfast. Because Dad got a truck, by the way. He got a 2005 Chevy Colorado. I had driven it last night because I had to run uptown, drop off some letters for Cancer Warriors. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and Dad says, here, take the truck. And it runs good. Yeah, he had me blocked and he's like, well, I didn't want to get up to move my truck just to let you out. So it's like, here, just take the truck. And then when I got back, I pulled off to the side far enough so that way if I wanted to leave today, I could back out. And it does run good. Runs very good. So I wanted to actually, I don't need that packet of paper. I got some information, more information about my battle with Wilms tumor. Seems that last week was the 36th anniversary of my diagnosis a week ago today. And I'll be adding that in with my files. I know you did, or there are just some things you want to forget, and that's understandable as well. Hold on, I gotta leave a comment here. Yeah, I did go through a lot of shit. Let's see here. So I'm gonna share some information with everybody. This is the new and there was a Cancer Warrior did pass away the other day. Her name was Sabrina. She was only 16. My love and condolences go out to Sabrina's family. Amy's hollering for. So this is the new information that I got about my battle with Wilms tumor. I had to write out a form and get a release of information. And this was coming, as far as I know, it came from the original yellow folder that Dr. Scott had kept for all those years because that's what I was looking for. So this is the new information that I had gotten. I had radical right nephrectomy and was treated according to National Wilms Tumor Study Group Protocol 4, regimen DD-4A. See, I mean, when I'm reading off stuff like that, that sounds pretty serious. I had radiation therapy to the right tumor bed, which started on March 24th, 1989 and completed on March 30th, 1989. I completed 24 weeks of chemotherapy on August 21st, 1989. Vincristine was administered weekly for the first 10 weeks, then every 3 weeks for the next 14 weeks, for a total of 15 doses. Total amount of vincristine received was 15.4 milligrams over the 24 weeks. Excuse me. For actinomycin D, I received 4 injections for a total of 264 micrograms, 2.64 milligrams. That's what it translates to. And for the Red Devil, adriamycin doxorubicin, I received 4 injections for a total of 96 milligrams. I had a Broviac Infusiport inserted at the time of the nephrectomy, which is kidney removal surgery, inserted by Dr. Martha Snyder. Mom referred to her as Schneiderman, but it was Dr. Martha Snyder. That was the name of my surgeon. And the Infusiport was removed on September 21st, 1989. So I got some additional information about my battle with Wilms, and I will be giving that to my family doctor, so he can keep that with his records when I go back to see him. I might even just plan a trip to Owasso and say, hey, this is some new information I got that you might want to add to my medical charts if it's not already there. and add it to the file on your computer, and we can go from there. So I thought it was interesting. It cost me like $6.50 for the paperwork, and I had already sent that away. But I didn't send it to East Lansing. I sent it to Atlanta, Georgia. That's where their billing department is. But yeah, there was a lot of just interesting stuff because that was one of the things I wanted to know when I started my treatment, when I was hospitalized, because I was hospitalized in Owasso on March 2nd, and that's well, I was diagnosed on March 2nd, but I was diagnosed at Memorial, and I think the next day, I don't know how true it is, but the next day I think it was, we went to Lansing, March 3rd. I don't know if that was the same day I was hospitalized. I would imagine it was, but I don't know. Um,
Yeah, it was the day before, the day after Uncle Danny's birthday.
it was a day after Uncle Danny's birthday, so it would have been March 3rd.
Yeah, and the day before
Um,
Uncle Danny's birthday.
Yeah, because I was in the hospital. Jay was turning 9,
Yeah.
March 4th, 1989. So that's some information that I'm gonna definitely